Hey, what's up? I am Cylic, and welcome back to Etheria Restart. In today's video, I wanted to show how Tiamat can still be quite strong even after the nerfs that came with the global launch of the game. But before I get into the video, I wanted to preface with the fact that this video will require Lily to really showcase what I'm trying to do, and without it, Tiamat can still be good, but she struggles with damage up and stuff like that, so the video is definitely intended if you have the specific character, Lily. But with that out of the way, let's get right into the video. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to show off was just my teammate and her build, as well as the teammates that I will be using her with. But first of all, let's show the teammate. We'll go over exactly what she does. Pretty much what she does is she is a tank that also does a lot of damage when she goes into her special form. So her passive is she takes 20% of the damage of your other teammates. So she has damage share, and for every 15% of max HP lost or healed, she gets a stack. When she has 8 stacks, she goes into her form, and her form is really big damage. She self-heals off of damage. Very, very strong. It does ridiculous percent HP damage. It's very good. And when out of the form, her S2 is a big shield that also gives a heal of a charm effect, and also gives more shield based on her amount of stacks. Generally, in combat, you always want to S2 and then S3 after, and generally after one more action or so, you will go into your form. And for context, in your form, you just have your basic attack, but your basic attack is this. Really, really high damage, 15% of max HP to all damage, plus true damage based off of her current HP. And she recovers based on the damage dealt. It's really, really strong. And her S3, pretty much just current HP damage, max HP damage, she consumes her HP, and she inflicts taunt. Pretty much big damage and inflicts taunt, and hurts herself a little bit, so she gets her passive. Pretty much it. Her S1 outside of her form is very similar, or simple. Just damage based off of max HP. So currently, I have roughly 33,000 HP. I am currently going for full HP, no crit, and some speed. And that is pretty good for early game. I would argue going full HP until you can have multiple sets is definitely the play. Because getting crit as well as good HP is going to be really hard, unless you're playing her with Gray, which you probably won't be. So I would definitely recommend going full HP. And to do this, in my modules, I'm running 12 Swift Rush, 12 Wellspring, 5 Swift Rush. The 5 Swift Rush isn't necessary, but it is definitely optimal. The only way you're going to be able to do that, though, is once you get a black flag or something similar that has Wellspring plus Swift Rush on it. But yeah, with that, and then similar modules to these, you can get it. And for right side pieces, we are just running triple HP bonus, because that's all she cares about, unless you are building crit, which you definitely want to swap into building some crit later on, but early game it's pretty hard to do that effectively. So definitely recommend triple HP bonus, and leveling these are the most important to her damage as well as her tankiness for your team. So go over exactly what she does. Pretty much what she does is she is a tank that also does a lot of damage when she goes into her special form. So her passive is she takes 20% of the damage of your other teammates. So she has damage share, and for every 15% of max HP lost or healed, she gets a stack. When she has 8 stacks, she goes into her form, and her form is really big damage. She self-heals off of damage. Very, very strong. It does ridiculous percent HP damage. It's very good. And when out of the form, her S2 is a big shield that also gives a heal of a charm effect, and also gives more shield based on her amount of stacks. Generally, in combat, you always want to S2 and then S3 after, and generally after one more action or so, you will go into your form. And for context, in your form, you just have your basic attack, but your basic attack is this. Really, really high damage, 15% of max HP to all damage, plus true damage based off of her current HP. And she recovers based on the damage dealt. It's really, really strong. And her S3, pretty much just current HP damage, max HP damage, she consumes her HP, and she inflicts taunt. Pretty much big damage and inflicts taunt, and hurts herself a little bit, so she gets her passive. Pretty much it. Her S1 outside of her form is very similar, or simple. Just damage based off of max HP. And that's why she's HP scaling. You don't want to build any attack or stuff like that. And for prowess, for every character, you should always just max these nodes out. If the materials are pretty much free and totally worth it. Well, attack on her is kind of irrelevant, but the HP and defense are super mandatory. Like, definitely get the HP, like 100%. It is just free stats. And for skill priority, focus on your S3 first, then S1, and then S2. But generally speaking, I wouldn't even recommend putting Perfect Lattice into her until after another character we're going to be playing her with, which I'll talk about in a second. But next up, Shell. Shell on her you want, for as soon as you can get it, use Black Flag. Black Flag is amazing. Whenever she takes an action, she gets some turn meter and a speed buff. Even if you're playing with Lily, there's just more consistent speed buff. And also this shell can have Wellspring Swift Rush, which you need to get both of them. It's very nice. Super recommend this shell. And for the rolls on the shell, you want HP percent on the first one. The second one can be speed or crit rate. And then the third one, you either want reduced damage taken, or like odd damage or damage percent. Reduced damage taken is just nice if you're playing her as a tank, and like you don't want to spend too much into these shells early game. So once you, like, I got this gold damage taken, even though I'd rather more damaged out, generally speaking, I'm just gonna leave it because it's a good roll, and I want to save these reconfig chips for mythic shells. But now I want to go over the team I'm going to be using with Tiamat. And there's two specific characters that synergize with her super well and make her broken even after the changes. And those two characters are Lily and Sonya. Both have really good synergy with her, since she is a max HP scaling unit. Most, like, all attack buffers and most units that like buff crit are not as good with her. Especially early on when you're not building crit. That stuff can't really help you. The stuff that can help you is turn meter. Which is why Lily is insane with Tiamat. So to go over what Lily does, her S2 applies this Twin Strike buff to an ally, and pretty much whenever Lily takes a turn, that Twin Strike ally gets pushed up, and she gains speed buff to your whole team, as well as a crit damage and extra turn when you use this again on the Twin Strike ally. And her S3 resets the cooldowns of the Twin Strike ally as well. But the main thing that makes her really good Tiamat is the S1. The S1, pretty much just a normal attack, but it has a 75% chance at my crit level to have the Twin Strike ally support, which is pretty much just basic attack. So, when Tiamat is in her form and you use this, you have a 75% chance to just have an AoE, like the big AoE pop, which is insane. Super strong. You can pretty much, if you have this max, it's 100% chance, which is the #1 priority if you're playing this team. Level up this S1. It is insanely impactful. And if you do that, literally you pretty much give Tiamat twice as many turns in her form. Because Lily's going to be going as often as Tiamat, if not more. Every time she goes, she also triggers Tiamat attack, which is insane. Like, that alone is crazy. So yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, Lily's just absolutely broken with her. You can play her without her. It's just going to be significantly less damage and way less safe. But yeah, that's Lily. Her build pretty much doesn't matter. Just build her fast. Technically, Bramble is best, but it's kind of hard to get Swift Rush plus Bramble without like full outstanding gear. So definitely don't worry about that. Just get Swift Rush, make it as fast as possible. Currently mine's like, what, 196 speed? Pretty fast. You want her on Black Flag. Just with Swift Rush. Optimally Bramble, but like, again, not mandatory. And then Sonya. Sonya is a very simple healer, and the reason she's so good with Tiamat is this S3. One of the only ways to increase max HP in the whole game. When she targets an ally with this, she heals them and or revives them if they're dead. But she also increases their max HP by 20% up to 2 stacks. So in most fights with Tiamat, it's going to go a little long because she's a ramp up DPS. So Sonya with her is insane because oftentimes you just put this on Tiamat twice and she just has 40% max HP for free. Like, that is insane, because it's what she scales with, your teammates are tankier, and she does more damage. Like, it's just everything it's incredibly synergistic. Definitely max the S3 out first if you're playing with Tiamat. It's insane, because it also reduces school cooldown, which is amazing. Her passive is her healing. It's a majority of her healing. Every time she takes a turn, she heals her teammates based on percent and cleanses them. Very, very nice, and S1's turn meter, so she takes more turns. She is just by far the best healer, other than maybe Linglo, for Tiamat. Even I would argue for Tiamat teams, she's probably better. Purely because, unless you really need the immunity, the max HP increase is just insane. It's just more damage, which is just better than most of the stuff Linglo can give. But yeah, and prowess, same as I said before, skill 3 is priority, then skill 2. Skill 1 is useful, but not the best. It does give speed though, so it's still decent. And then for Shell, Black Flag is best, but Star is very, very close. It's like, if you have a really good Star, you don't really need a Black Flag. Mine rolled perfectly, so I don't even know if I'm going to get a Black Flag, because it's just good enough. And for modules, you want Swift Rush, and optimally you would want Wellspring, but you don't need it. It's not mandatory. It's the same thing with Tiamat. Like, the 5 Swift Rush isn't mandatory, it's just nice. Like, optimally, if this had Wellspring here, I don't think it can, but if it could, definitely would be a lot better there. Because then I would have Swift Rush plus Wellspring, which she scales off of HP for healing, so it's a lot better. And then last teammate's way more flexible. You can pretty much play any support or debuffer. Personally, I am playing Marvel just because he is the most generic and his S3 is broken. Enemies taking less turns, insane. But literally anyone can work. You can even play Gray. Even if you're not playing a crit Tiamat, he'll make your Tiamat crit half the time, which is still good, and his S3 is still really good. You can play like Dina, like you can play pretty much anyone in that slot. Like you can play pretty much anyone that is an attack buffer, I should say. Attack buffers are not good with her, because she doesn't scale with attack. But yeah, with that out of the way, I wanted to do a showcase of her. So let's go into the content that I initially made this team for, which is Febian. Febian is a huge, like, for me personally, it was a huge, what's the word? I got stuck here really, really hard and, like, could not clear it for a while. And the team that let me clear it was this. It is the Marvel Sonya Lily Tiamat. It is slow. This team is slow, but it is super consistent. You're guaranteed to clear, pretty much. The only way you wouldn't clear is if your Lily just doesn't twin strike Tiamat, which you might think, how is that even possible? In auto, Lily auto targets the highest attack ally. I'm just gonna auto this. And that might not be Tiamat, because your Tiamat's not going to be built on attack. So I actually had to specifically build my Tiamat to have more attack. That's why, like, her helmet was upgraded. So she had more attack than my allies. So that is a big problem with this team. If you're playing an auto, which you're going to be, you need to somehow give your Tiamat attack, even though it's worthless for her kit. Just so that Lily auto targets her with twin trick, because like this team is actually unplayable if she isn't twin tricked. So, but this always works. Like, it's slow, like the damage isn't the best, but it totally works. Lily procs right there, free damage. And I have it currently set so that it always targets the boss first. You don't want it to target the chess pieces, because it's not like the worst thing in the world, but just killing her faster is more important than killing the chess pieces. Yeah, I'm just gonna let this go, and the showcase can continue here. But yeah, as you can see, cleared very easily. It's slow, but it clears very, very well. And that has been working for me for a while. But yeah, and the only other place I really wanted to showcase it was DokiDoki, because this team is actually great for DokiDoki. I've cleared up to Nightmare 2. Might not be able to clear Nightmare 3, but I'm not going to risk it. I don't want to waste stamina. So, let's do a run of this, and I'll show this off too. Okay, the only difference with this team compared to the other one is we're just adding Kazuyo because we just need a CC'er. Like, that's really it. Best CC'er for Doki. Otherwise, same thing. So, I'll let this play out. And yep, there's the run for DokiDoki Nightmare 2. So yep, clears pretty well, no real issues. It's slow, but it's really strong. The main strength of this team is it allows you to clear content that you otherwise wouldn't be able to due to lack of gear or investment in your units, just because the team is so safe and so, like, it sustains so well. Because Marvel pushes back, Sonya heals like crazy, Tiamat shields your team, and Lily makes your teammate go away more often. So it is just really strong. It allows you to clear content that you otherwise wouldn't be able to, and that's really, really nice. It's something really good to have. So yeah. Yeah, that's going to do it for today's video. I really appreciate it for watching the whole video, and that's going to do it. So if it don't mind, it would really help if you could like and subscribe, but don't feel like you have to. That's going to do it. So peace and goodbye.